Hello again, witchy people. Another YouTube Pagan Challenge 2019, and today for me, or tonight as you can see, it is the letter L, and for L I choose Lantern Light or Lantern Man. Now lantern lights are something that's it's a phenomenon that's seen all over the world and is in many cultures, so I'm just going to concentrate more on the United Kingdom and sort of provinces sort of versions of lantern lights. Now lantern lights are a ghost light, said to be for the most part evil spirits messy desk evil spirits that lure travellers to dangerous places on the moors or by the sea or next to waterfalls, in forests, and they use the light to lure these travellers to probably impending doom. Now in East Anglia it was specifically known as the Lantern Man, or just Lantern Man, and once again it lured its victims not only by using light but by whistling. And it was also said if you whistled, like say you were whistling for a dog or whistled a happy tune, it would entice the Lantern Man to be near you. But it would entice travellers by whistling an eerie whistle and an eerie tune that people could not resist following, usually straight to marshy reed beds and, you know, once again impending doom, death, all that sort of thing. So according to East Anglian folklore, there is a way that you cannot be lured by the Lantern Man, and that is you lie flat on your belly on the ground and stick your mouth to the mud. And this apparently stops the Lantern Man from being able to lure you to your death. Also in East Anglia, if you hung a horn made out of specifically a sheep's horn, a sounding horn, far from your property, so past the gate, this would stop, because of the whistling, something to do with the whistling, it would stop the Lantern Man from coming near your house. So if he'd followed someone to your house and was trying to lure them out, he would get confused by the horn and not be able to venture to your house and not be able to lure you out and take you to your death. Though quite often it is said that the spirit would get very frustrated and very angry with the horn and would destroy it, usually by fire. Now lantern lights are often associated also with will-o'-the-wisps, or jack-o'-lanterns. The hob lantern is another one, or the friar's lantern. I like hob lantern, that's quite nice. And once again, all of these things are supposed to lure travellers off the main path by tricking them into believing that they're following a fellow traveller who has a light and taking them on a safe path to the next town. Now lantern light is also a term used to describe the ghostly presence of a spirit who just happens to carry a lantern or a light of some kind. Not to fool or distract travellers in any way, but just because that's what they did in life. Perhaps they, I don't know, lit lamps, street lamps or something. Also in Wales it's known as fairy fire, and in Devon and Cornwall it's known as pixie light. It can also be referred to as lambent light, which is the light that guards the tombs of the Old Norsemen. So in Guernsey it's known as the rolling fire. That's the English. I can't say what it's in Guernsey language, I think they speak French. And it's believed to be the light emitted, the glowing light emitted by lost souls. And if you should meet a rolling fire, you should do one of a couple of things to stop them from taking you away or leading you into danger. Now you can turn your hat upside down or your coat inside out, as this confuses the rolling fire, or you can take a knife and put it hilt down and blade up into the earth, whereupon the rolling fire, the spirit of this dead person, will, as they did in life, try to commit suicide, because apparently it's very much associated with suicides as well. or keep throwing themselves upon the blade of the knife, and this will distract them so that you can escape. So in Scotland, you may hear to lantern light as being referred to as spunkies. Now the spunky is a ghostly light that it's said is derived from what used to be known as the link boy. Now a link boy was a living boy or a child that would link travellers from one village to the next by carrying a torch and lighting their way so they would stay free from danger and get paid for it. So, and that comes from, and that's a very old thing, obviously it doesn't happen in this day and age as far as I know, and the ghosts of these link boys carrying their torches could often be seen as a foretelling of bad luck for the future, or of even death. Sometimes it would be seen, the link light or the spunky would be seen on the harbour by ships, and it would lure ships into the rocks and dash them upon the rocks. Now spunkies often appear over locks, and also, strangely enough, along the roads used for funeral processions, so usually the roads into churchyards or burial grounds. So that's about it. Of course, lantern lights aren't always a foreboding of ill will or death or bad luck. Sometimes sometimes they're said to be lucky. And in some places, I think there's one place in Yorkshire that said lantern lights are lucky. They help lead the traveller to safe pathways. And also in Wiltshire, which is not far from me. But for the most part, lantern lights are tricky little things who like to try and harm people. So there you go, that's my YouTube Pagan Challenge 2019, letter L, the lantern lights.